Okay, welcome to today's show. Welcome to today's video. It's your girl Ellen on Life Journey with Ellen. We started a conversation last week about progress, the progress agenda, and today we are continuing. Yes, let me share on other platform. Good, and we can start. Okay, good. Yes, if you are here, say hi and let me welcome you. Let's use the comment chat and good. Okay. Today's topic is understanding the baby steps towards your progress. I put a little bit of a provocative kind of title, baby steps. What are those baby steps, Ellen? What is it? Yes. If you want to find out more about what these baby steps are, yes, join me. Let's explore it together. Yes, I've got the link. Let me see where I can share it to. Yes. Okay. Where else? Oh, copy link. Good. Yeah, the beauty of technology. Yes. No, not here. Good. Yes, I've put in this in different places. So let's have a chat. Yes, I'm Ellen, and today we are considering the topic understanding the baby steps towards your progress. We said last week that if you've not watched that video, look out for my previous video on the page last week, where we looked at value addition that will help foster your progress. So adding value to yourself as a person, making sure that the people you work with or wherever you are, people find you useful, such that if you can contribute to what they want, if you are such a person in a position that they cannot do without you, then you are likely going to be more important to them. Your value, you may not have to go for a promotion. You may not have to go ask for a promotion. They will see your hard work. Yes, it's arguably, but even when you have to go put your promotion together, they would kind of agree. Yes, we all understand that this person clearly deserves this. Good. Today we're looking at the baby steps towards your progress, and I was inspired by this topic because I have observed some few people, and it's mostly around work. Some people have been off work for a long time and they don't know how to get in. So that's why I decided to help you think through. If you are somebody who, let's say, for one or two reasons, let's say you've been a mom, you were working, you had your first child, and you decided to be a stay-at-home mom so that you can take care of the children. Now the children are nearly at a stage that like they don't need your input, or they don't want to be heavily involved as you were involved. And for some people, they realize that I've not done this for the past 10 years. How can I do it? Where do I even start from? So they don't even know where to start from. There are also most of us in the diaspora. You've been in the UK, you've been doing different things. You want to move on, you want to do something different. Where do you start from? Yes, so I'm going to explain some of the key things, some concepts that sometimes we hear it, but we don't fully process it. And I name those the baby steps. Okay. In the university, I teach on a healthcare course. And when students come for interview to be admitted onto the program, we ask them, have you ever done shadowing? Some students, they get it, but for some people, sometimes they don't even understand what you mean by shadowing. Have you heard that word before? That have you shadowed someone in terms of healthcare? Yes. One way that if you are somebody at the stage that you are exploring, how do I get in? Where do I start from? What you can do is to look at different places, different work environments that you want to go in or you want to start working there. Make the contact, or you can speak to somebody who work in that field and ask them that I'm interested in this field. I want to come in and shadow you. Yes, shadowing. What it simply means is that you are going in to be with the person, observe either from a distance or very closely, and see what is it that they do. What's the benefit? Sometimes from the back, or we all have the fantasy, I want to be a nurse. But until you go on a ward and you see a nurse in action or a nurse attending to a patient, that you realize what it really entails to be a nurse. You can do a few in different settings with different people, and it gives you an understanding. One, you can clearly explain what is it that you want to do, because you talk, obviously you talk to the person as you interact with them, as they talk to the patient, you see what they are doing. They are helping the person their self-care. If you are somebody that human bodily fluids you're not comfortable with, you kind of make your decision whether this is something that I'm happy to go ahead and do. So if you are at a crossroad, you're not too sure what to do, one, look for a professional or look for the area, somebody within the area that you want to go back to, or you that you want to train in, or you want to start working there, and spend time with them. And that is what we refer to as shadowing. Yes, you don't get paid. Yes, you don't get paid. And one thing, I was having a conversation with somebody. This person, before coming to the UK, has very good experience in working in magazine. Those of you who know Ashanti region, Kumasi, it's a very big place that they do, they repair cars. Yeah. So he has the skills, but he's traveled here and he's doing some of these menial jobs. He's doing his cleaning, but he has a skill. He has the option to either go to college, look for a course, or look for apprenticeship, get a bit of an upgrade, understand the system here so that he can start working in this field that he's very skilled at. But for him, he can't volunteer, or he can't dedicate that one day or for, let's say, 3 months to go be in a garage and work with somebody for free. Yes, that's why I said the baby steps. You are trading your time for free. And most of these things that I'm going to help you to understand, you are going to do it to other people for free. But what do you get as a person? If when you're going out there to look for job or to apply to that course or to move into that job, somebody would like to know whether you have an understanding of the role that you are applying to, or you've had an experience. So that is what you get if you are thinking of to what world, of what benefits, what do I get from going out there and shadowing someone to observe the things that they do. Yes, you're going to get that thing to put on a paper that I have done it, I have an understanding, or even if it's within an interview, you are going to respond such that you know what you are talking about. Somebody who have been on the ward, who have seen how things work out on the ward or in a bus garage or in a place, how the person will explain it is less hypothetical compared to you who you have just read or memorized, or what the kind of teaching style that some people are used to. Yes. So get going out there, doing shadowing is one step. And this one, all you have to do is to arrange and facilitate the process. Some people are very happy to get people, and even it's a professional responsibility that they have to support other people. So you want to go into nursing, I am the nurse, I have to contribute towards the next generation of nurses. Yes, so I'll gladly take you for a day for you to come around, be with me, observe how nursing work, and help you to make that informed decision that, okay, I'm going ahead of this application, I'm going ahead of this teaching application. Okay, so the first baby step, that if you are still in doubt, is consider shadowing somebody who is already in this role, so that you can actually have a feel of what it is. Shadowing don't have to be more. It can be like one or two things, one or two times, or it can even be like a single time to understand. And that's one step. Good. The second one I want to talk about is volunteering. And I think for this one, most of us are familiar with it. Volunteer. Yes. You going out, giving your free time to an organization. You may choose to get some skills from it, but it may also be helping you to establish that routine of leaving your home, being accountable to somebody, and learning the key communication skills, human relation skills that are required. Yes, we've got lots of charities, we got lots of organizations. It's also within the domain of that you will not be paid. But within volunteering, what tends to happen is, yes, you approach the organization, you approach the people you want to volunteer with, and they will assign you time. Sometimes they'll do a background check. If it's, let's say, if they work with people in the UK, they will go through, you do a CRB, other people will do a short interview just to understand who is it that is applying to the role. You'll be shortlisted. And that's, in a way, for some people, boost your confidence and start preparing you towards going out there to be able to what, apply for the job that you're thinking of. So it's not just in your head, you've actually put it in practice in an environment that is less threatening. Yes, it's volunteering. They are not going to pay me. It is as I can deliver. And sometimes it may be 4 hours a week, like a morning a week. That's all that you are volunteering. And let me tell you one thing, some people, the reason why they are not going out there to do something extra, or the reason why they are struggling to start or to initiate, is the whole routine, is the whole process. For most of us that we wake up and go, you have done it repeatedly such that it's kind of become part of your nature. But if I tell you, for some people, that motivation to get themselves up from the bed, wash and dress themselves, get ready. If you have children involved, do that morning round, that morning routine of dropping somebody in school before you left off. That is what most of the time what deters them from doing or from engaging in this. Yes. So taking a voluntary role may be that, okay, I'm not starting at 9 o'clock. I have children who go to school by 8:30. So I have to drop the children off at 8:30 and pick them at 3 o'clock. Okay. So volunteering, you can have that flexibility. You negotiate with the organization. Okay, I'm a mom. I can only start at 10 o'clock and I have to leave, let's say 2 o'clock. So I'm doing 4 hours when I'm here. Yes, they will be willing, very glad to have that 4 hours of your time that you are contributing to them, or you are using it to support them to be able to run their business, okay, or to make sure that their service run smoothly. But for you, what are you getting? If it is one day in a week, in that one day in a week, you are going to learn, you are going to practice how to organize your time such that you wake up on time, you and the children kind of have a particular routine, so such that you can actually what get to the place at 10 o'clock. So you start building a routine, something that over the period you have a skill. That's really a skill to get up. Come on, let's go. That kind of, yeah, it's a skill and it does not just come like that. You have to practice it. And I'm somebody that I've done volunteering, and even now, if yeah, some of my roles I would say is still volunteering role. Okay. uh, when I was at uni in Ghana, the our association, our student association, organized a formal volunteering that the group of students each week will go to Accra Psychiatric Hospital and interact with the inmates. On our own, it could have taken a lot bit of a process, but they organized it. We facilitated the transport, and I got a lot of valuable experience from there. I was doing psychology. It was very dry. There was no placement or in relation to that. But through that volunteering activity, we were able to go there, interact with the inmates, interact with the patients, have a chat with the doctors and the staff, and to know what actually goes on there. And I could put this on my CV later on when I was sharing my experiences in mental health. It counted towards that. My second big volunteering role was also when I had my first daughter. In the UK, you can be on maternity leave for 9 months. But I was somebody who needed to get as much experience as possible because I knew I was going to go to Ghana very quickly and I need to be in the OT field, occupational therapy field, having work and got some experience. So as soon as she was like 5 months, I contacted a place that I've had placements and I asked them, can I volunteer like one day in a week? I don't remember if it was one day or 2 days in a week. And do you know the catch or what happened? I was a student who had been in that environment. I have had a baby. I was still not ready to go and start working because there was that commitment. I didn't feel I can manage the full time. So I started volunteering, and it got me back in that routine of what? Okay, thinking through. And it was a prep process so that when I start going to work after the maternity leave, I know how my routines will be, how things I need to put in place, who is going to take care of the children between me and my husband, how we're going to arrange things. So volunteering help you to start building these skills and developing these skills like step by step, such that you can actually what transition into being in full-time work or full-time employment or even part-time employment. That's the next thing that we're going to consider. And also, just to mention, within this volunteering role, when I volunteered at that hospital, I ended up having work in that organization. I became an insider. And as soon as they put an advert in that organization, I knew. I even heard that there were going to be this advert. I applied for it, and that was how I transitioned from being a volunteer to being like a staff member. It was right. It was the part-time that I wanted to transition to, not a full-time, but because I've already established that routine, it was a familiar environment. I was confident to put in my application and start working in that place. Okay. Yes. So when you consider volunteering, what will happen is you are going to help develop the routine that you require as a baby step, in getting you back into work. If you have been involved in any volunteering role, you can put it in the comments and what you really did learn from that experience. Okay, good. The next one is also part-time work. So we gradually building it up. And for part-time work, this is the level that you are likely going to get paid. In some volunteering role, yes, there was one volunteering or more like an attachment internship style that I did, that all that you could get was at the end of the period. Okay, I'll come back down to that. So let's get that. Yes. So the other thing that you can do if you are at a loss, not too sure, not knowing what to do, is to think of part-time work. Yes. If you are in a place that there is opportunity for you to part-time, to do work part-time, go for it. For some people, the whole thing is so daunting, they're not too sure. How can I manage the 9 to 5? How can I do 48 hours of work? Yes, consider part-time work. And I don't know where you are in other places. In the UK, some people can work in some places for one day. Yes, you can get a contract. That means that you are working with that organization for a day. Yeah. So job can be split. They have something called job share. Yes. So when you see an advert that they've advertised and say this is a full-time post, but there's a potential to be job shared, yet it means that you can go in, say that okay, I can contribute, let's say 2 days or 2.5 days, and most organizations are flexible. They get two people who are all looking for part-time, they will split the job for the two of you and you be in that room. Yes, so that's part-time work. And the part-time work, there's that flexibility. You're not committing to the full hours. And for some people, they will use the part-time work as a route that whilst they are doing an education or a training, or they are acquiring a particular skills, they are doing this work part-time, such that yes, the part-time work may not be your end target. It may not be what you actually looking to do, but that is a transition, the first stage of you getting back after you've been away for a long time. Okay, so if you've joined me, or if you come and watch this video later, I'm Ellen, and I'm talking about the baby steps towards your progress. And in this instance, we are considering as a person who have been at home for a long time, you're not too sure where to begin, how to start it, saying that take these baby steps and they are less threatening. Like, it's your free time, so you have a lot of say in what you can commit to. It doesn't tie you down like doing the shadowing, doing the volunteering, or a part-time work that you sign a contract, and that can be, let's say, your third level, okay, that you are considering. Yes, So people have done that. It's especially people who have had a long-term condition. You've had stroke, you've had spinal cord injury, your life has changed. You are now in a wheelchair. You like everything has changed completely. Yes. How do you go back to work? That experience of leaving your home, going out there, Ghana or see back near Babechia, like going and coming home and also greeting the people that you left home. That mentality of, okay, you are only person, you are always at home, there's nothing much you can do, you're not contributing so much due to, let's say, your condition. It puts lots of people in a depressive state. It makes people very, very depressed, and they tend to their sense of meaning, their sense of fulfillment in life, they question it, and that do not fully help with their recovery or help with their development as they are transitioning from a major illness and they are recovering. You've had a mental illness, you've relapsed, and for let's say the last 5 years, you've not managed to hold down a job. How do you transition? How do you go about it? A step at a time. Yes. Start from the basis. Take few hours in a day, once in a month, shadow somebody, understand how they work, understand how the environment work. Then you can start volunteering. Look for an area that you like to work in. Is it retail? Is it being at the cash till? Is it a restaurant as a waitress? Go in, volunteer for the day. Let it get to interact with people. And these things, it builds our confidence, and most of it help us to develop new skills. Yes, your communication skills, if you are volunteering, you are going to interact with people, talk to them, like being at home, who do you talk to? No, you don't talk to anybody. But once you go out there, you say hello to the other staff members, you interact with them, you share things, you feedback. Okay, this person came to buy item A, they were asking for a delivery. What is the process? What are the structures in place? And that is one way that you get to what? Learn, and to build your confidence and go to the next step of you finding that which you can earn your income, which will help in your progress. Yes. So if you are a mom, if you think that how, where, yes, if you want to go out there and work, if you want to go out there and start doing things, these are some of the few things that you can engage in. LinkedIn, yes, we all want to go out and get to be paid like six figures, or yes, 100K a year. Yes, we all want that. But for some people, if you are in a role that you've been at a place for a long time, you've not actually gone out there, do it. It may mean that, yes, I don't advocate for this, but for some people, your starting point may be taking a work that you are not paid how much you feel you have to be paid for. Yes, I know in Ghana, Ghana's is for some people, unemployed graduates, their situation may be different. They are looking for a job, but they are not finding the job. Yes, this one is more like people who actually, when they go out there, they can find something to do, but they are a bit stressed. They're not too sure. They've been away from it for a long time, so they don't know how. Yes, this video is targeted at you people. So you may get a job. Let's say you qualified at a master's level and you've put this certificate down, or you've not done much with it for the last 10 years. If you are going to find a job, who is ready to employ you as the HR for? And no, it may not come likely. Yeah, or when they come and they see, like, for the last 10 years, you've not been out there. So what people can do is to transition slowly. Yes, you are looking for that top post, middle level management, you may have to start from like a general staff, like a front line staff. You can choose to get a small organization that there is a role that is suited to the role that you can work in. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So there's a role that's suited what you have to do. Yeah. So if you have such if you are in such a position, don't think so much of how much you're going to be paid. You've stayed home 10 years without earning. So what's the point? Yes, you're going out there. Some of your benefits are going to be cut, but there is additional benefits, that psychological benefit that now I am working, now I am earning my money. Yes, so you can earn enough or get in a role that there is amount of money coming in. And here, your target is mostly at that transitioning. You are either looking at establishing that routine of going back to work or developing the skills, catching up with new knowledge. Yes, you can do that for a particular time. And later on, when you feel like you are a bit confident, you can manage the stress that will come with the higher level of pay, then you go and you apply and you make that transition. Yes. So underpaid, we've talked about part-time, we talked about shadowing, and we talked about volunteering. Good. Also, these few ones is targeting people who are like our young people in like higher education. So either you are in college, whether you are in university, or yes, or let's say you are doing your A levels, yes, from 16 above, that you can go out there and work. Yes. For such young people, and this is from experience, there are some parents, some mothers, some fathers in the diaspora who work so hard that they don't want their children to be working. They want their children to only, yeah, oh, where's my filter? I'm trying to do in quotes, only steady. So they don't put their wards or their children out there in the environment to start getting these kind of experiences. Yes. So like work placements. As a young person, when they are in secondary school, yeah, I think coming up to when they are 15, 16 years, in some schools, their curriculum is such that they find a place and they volunteer there for like 5 days in a term or something like that. Yes, it's very, very useful skills because these skills do not come just like that. It has to be learned. Okay, so if you're a young person, you are 15, you 16 years old, or let's say you are even 18, if there is a place that you want to work in, get in touch and make that arrangement so that you can go do a shadowing, do a volunteering. Yes. There are other formal systems that can be put in place, like a work placement, that people are placed there and you work, and yes, you still don't get paid. Come on. It's the skills that we're talking about here. Yes, the skills that you are acquiring, you kind of adding value to put on your CV. Everything is not about money. Yes, we want to get the money, but the process, you have to go through the education, the skills development process, so that when you eventually apply for that job, you're going to get that money that you desire. But for some people, is that in between. They have the wish and they want to get, they have the desire and they want to get that end product. But the process of navigating to position themselves such that they can get the end product, that is where the struggles are. And that's the area that I'm focusing on. So you can look at work placement, internship. Some internship are paid. You are like a student you are attached to an organization, you complete a project for them, or you work on an aspect of something that they are doing, and you can get paid. And I learned this, will I say for mine, it was more of like by chance, but more than a plan thing. So where my dad worked during the vacation, it was a mining company, and the children can go in there and they volunteer. We used to call it attachment. So the summer holiday is like minimum 6 weeks, and you can go there. For us, the only thing that we get was lunch. Yes, lunch was the favorite. If you are at home, you'll be at home watching all the TV, and people will come and go, and you go visit friends and that. Yeah, but if you are doing the attachment, you work full time. So you hop on the bus in the morning, you go, you are given everything to do. Yes, all the legal things that needs to be done in the office, you are given to do, including making cup of tea. Yes, I was fortunate. I work in one of the chief engineer's office, and oh, he was very, he was always insisting, like, I do my typing, I did filing, I did indexing. Yes, they have a lot of letters, lot of documents, memos, that I took the opportunity to file it, like indexing. I learned that, okay, if you are filing, you consider the dates, you consider the reference number. I learned about different files and other things. And like, computer was not a thing that much that time. So every day, me going there, sitting by a computer, and there was internet at that time in that office, so I can go online. And I remember the other side, I was doing my, yeah, I was in MSN. Yeah, I was in different chat room, so exploring the online. And yeah, so it gives you opportunity for something that you otherwise wouldn't have had to do, being in such an environment, going on this place. It was very good use of my vacation, of my holidays. Those people who were able to travel, do like uh, abroad and do different things, they were fine. But for those of us who were back home, we also find something to be able to do. And when you go back to school, you know that yes, you've made good use of your time. There's a skill that you've learned, and you realize that yes, you have developed as well. Yes, so today, to keep this video short, we talked about the baby steps towards your progress. Are you at the stage that you are thinking you are at a loss? How do I start? Where do I start from? Is so daunting. I've never done it for the past 10 years. For the last 5 years, I don't know, where do I start from. Yes, these are some baby steps that you can start. These are some steps that you can take so that you put your foot in the door. And once you put your foot in the door, once you go out there and you enjoy what you have missed, once you go out there, you keep looking forward to doing more. And that's how you rewire your brain. You get to say that no, life is not all about staying at home and doing the basics. No, I need to go out there and challenge and use my brain. Yes, I need to go out there and work and put in that work. Yes, that is how we go. My name is Ellen, and I run the page on Life's Journey with Ellen. And I'm so passionate about getting people out there to be skilled, to do what they like to do, because I believe strongly that as people, we are born to do things. And the things that we do, whether meaningful, like, contributes to our fabrics of life. And for some people, all that's the health concerns that you have, the constant anxiety, the constant depression that you may be having, may be around your work that you've not fully explored, or the work that you need to go back to, or something that you do to give you income that you've not fully explored. Yes, so these are some of the things that I consider. Come, let's have a chat. If you want to know more, if you want to have a lot of follow up, yes, contact me. That's the name of my page on the screen, on Life's Journey with Ellen. And if you contact via the page inbox, yes, I will gladly have a chat with you. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for staying. And I hope you join me next time as we explore a different aspect. So, my message for you is that don't fear. Yes, it can be done at a baby steps. Just like the child, they learn to sit, they learn to crawl, they learn to run, and they learn to start jumping and balancing. Yes, you can also start. What is it that you have to do in your crawling stage? What is it that you have to do in your balancing stage? The time that you feel so much on your feet. Okay. I wish you all the best of luck as you explore your next steps. Thank you so much.